Welcome back everybody, Kaiser here. Today we're going to be talking about the newly released Weiss Schnee figure from RWBY by Figma. And just so you guys know, like I said on the first video of the channel, which was about the RWBY, this is not the YouTube series version of Weiss, but instead is the Ice Kingdom version, which is the anime for those of you that haven't watched. The overall box design and structure, it's really nice in my opinion. I think Figma is doing an amazing job with the RWBY line boxes. Even though they are very basic, they are very reminiscent of the character. And this time they chose a baby blue palette for the box, which is very reminiscent of the character Weiss, since he has the whole Snow White motif going on. On the right bottom side of the box, you can see the RWBY logo plus the Ice Kingdom name right here at the bottom, which once again, as I said, this is the anime version of Weiss and not the YouTube series version. You can see that she's number 599 from the Figma releases. At the front, you can see a nice picture of the figure alongside the figure on the right hand side with the two faceplates plus the weapon. On this side, you can see the figure in a more relaxed pose. Right here on the back, as always, you can see the figure in many different poses, holding the weapon with the glyph accessory plus the two faceplates options. You can see all Japanese all around it because this figure was important for Amy. On this side, you can see the figure in a more action pose. And yeah, so for those of you that like to display and store the boxes like I do, here's a small comparison between them. Weiss box and RWBY box, as you can see, the colors look really good together, but the scaling doesn't look good at all. RWBY's box is a lot taller and a lot wider than Weiss. I don't know why they did that. I'm pretty sure they could have, like I mentioned in the previous RWBY review, that they could fit the weapons behind RWBY and make the box a little shorter. But there's nothing we can do about it at this point. We have to deal with it. Here's how it looks side by side. Once again, the colors look amazing. It represents the characters very well. But RWBY's image is so much taller than Weiss. I feel like the scale and the proportion don't look really nice. But maybe if he has Blake right here or Yang right here, the overall design will look much better, and I'm pretty sure we can deal with it in a way. But once again, this is how it looks from the front. Yeah, guys, regardless of how much you hate the prices, regardless of how much you hate the articulation, Figma always delivers when it comes to anime likeness, especially when it comes to girl characters. If you take a look at Weiss, man, up close, she looks like an exact copy of how she looked like in the Ice Kingdom. Once again, the anime and not the YouTube series. Look how perfect the face looks. Look how soft the details are in her tiny earrings and everything. This figure is tiny, guys. It's about the size of my hand. A little bit less even. But look at the details. Look at the eye detail, the scar detail that she got from, if you guys seen the YouTube series, the white trailer. That's when she got that star from the Giga. Her hair is like this bluish color, and throughout there's shading, which makes it really nice. Her little crown at the top of her head, her little, I'll say, half jacket with the red accent on the back, her pendant, the dress, and at the bottom right here, you can see the little detail, the ice details at the front. You can see right here at the hands, you can see the little detail right here as well. The boots are very nice detail and sculpted as well with the red accents and the little design right here. Her overall, her little pouch at the back as well. Overall, the whole design just screams Weiss Schnee. That's basically what I want to say. And like I said, that's one thing that Figma never misses. It never misses the design of the character, and it seems like they just jumped out of the anime or the game if they're doing game characters like Link, for example. I have nothing bad to say about the design of the character. The likeness and everything, it's a one-to-one representation of the character. And I'm going to use this segment to also bring RWBY into the fray and how well they look together. Look at it. Oh, always giving problems to stand. That's the one problem with Figma figures. Here we go. They look great together, man. They look tiny. They look cute. They overall look like their anime counterparts. Moving it up close, this is how they look. Their eyes, the face, everything looks great. And I think, like I said, once you put them side by side, they will look awesome. And if Blake and Yang was here, the whole crew, it would be amazing. I actually really love RWBY, and having these two characters in my hand is an amazing feeling. The only thing is, the issue with Figma, as I always say, is the articulation and the price. And in this figure, has a lot of those problems as well. And here we are to the part that I hate with most figures, which is articulation. And Weiss, as I mentioned previously, has a lot of articulation problems, but we'll get there when we get there. Starting with the head, she can look right, left, 360 without a problem. She can look down about this far. She can look up about this far, right here. There will be some gappings, like always, since the ball joint are huge in comparison to the characters in most Figma figures. The hair is on a ball joint as well. You can raise it about this far up before it gets caught by the crown. You can raise it this far down. You can do a 360 with the hair without a problem. You can put it at different angles, and that's no problem as well, which I think this is a positive, of the figure. When it comes to the arms, she can raise it about this far up on both sides. She can bring it about this far forward when it comes to the body, which, like I mentioned, is most Figmas have this issue. They lack articulation because they change articulation for design. Their focus is on the design of the character and not really on the articulation part of it. So this is as far as the arms go, forward at least. She can put them to the side like this as well. It's a bit hard to move the arms. The figure is really not that smooth to move, at least when it comes to certain parts, like up here. It's really tight around those joints, which is a good thing. I'll put them in some water, and I think they'll be easier to move when it comes to that. But she also has no bicep joint at all. She twists on this joint right here, which I don't know why they did it like that, but if you take a closer look, the joint is showing right here because of how small the connection is between the forearm and the bicep. With that being said, though, she has an amazing range when it comes to the arm, more than 90 degree, pretty much closing it together, and the joint doesn't look that bad either, which is a plus. When it comes to the hand, she can move it any way you want to, or regular ball joint things. All of them look the same. Now, when it comes to the torso, she can go about this far to the side, this far to the side. She can go down about this far and go up about this far, which makes the looking up poses not so bad. But the problem is she has no waist mobility right here at the bottom, no matter how you do it. She has no waist swivel. A figure from 2023 cannot move the waist. All she can do is move this bottom part right here. And then it moves down on the joint down here on the ball joint. She has no mobility right here at the top, besides from the top right here, which I don't think it's a good thing. But that's not even the worst part, if you will, of the figure. This skirt piece is a little soft, but not soft enough. She can move her legs about this far to the side. And as you can see, this is how the joint looks. And I don't know if you remember with the RWBY figure, she had like a drop down mechanic so she could kick forward. Weiss does not have that whatsoever. You can see the ball joint over there, but he's not a drop joint at all. So what you get is this. This is as far as she kicks forwards, and this is as far as she kicks, this is as far as she kicks back. It's up to your discretion if you think that's good enough for you or not. For me, I expected a little bit more from a $100 figure. So with that being said, the knees are good, man. They go a little bit more than 90 without a problem. The knee joint could be a little bit better, but it's not bad. I don't get bothered by things like that. She has a thigh swivel, very slightly, for both thighs. And when it comes to the foot, she has a toe hinge going forward, a toe hinge going backwards, but she has no ankle rocker, man. This is crazy. Like I said, I feel like it's the whole thing that you expect from Figma, and then the whole difference between Figma and Figure Arts. Figure Arts may not give you as many accessories as Figma does, and it may not look as good as Figma in some areas, but they do give you an articulation. Even when the articulation is bad, is mostly better than Figma, and the figures cost a lot less than Figma for that matter. But if you're looking for an accurate figure, you choose Figma. If you're looking for a figure that you're happy to pose with, you go with figure arts, but that's not here or there. Standing a figure, it's really hard as well because the foot is small. But let me try to just, there we go. I feel like she's gonna fall off, but it's fine. Once again, there are some areas that the articulation could be better at. But the overall look, as you see, if you put it into standard pose, it looks great. So you gotta give some things away to get other things, and it's up to your discretion as a buyer. What are you looking for? Well, when it comes to the accessories, as always, Figma delivers every accessory that you need for their figures to look well in every pose that you want them to be in. Weiss comes with 3 faceplates. The first faceplate is the stoic one, which is basically the face that Weiss has throughout the whole anime. Also, she comes with this cute blushing face right here, which I think is really nice. And then she also comes with this attacking / yelling face, which I think it looks good as well. She also comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs of hands, which is this open palm relaxed hand right here. She also comes with this other relaxed hand. She comes with this kind of a fist hand position, this grabby hand right here, and then this gotcha hand, or when she's using a glyph or something along those lines, or when she's using her semblance, or just like a stylistic pose hand. And lastly, she comes with this hand right here, which is used to use the rapier, because the rapier has a trigger, which I'm going to show you to you right now. This is how the rapier looks. Her weapon of choice, which is basically a dust gun, if you will. This colors right here, so where the bullets are supposed to be, is dust, and that's where her little magic for the weapon comes in. And this is the little trigger for the weapon, and then he also does the iconic opening it up to reload the magazine. The magazine doesn't come off, but you can make the scene that she is reloading the rapier. It clicks back into place. It looks really nice, but it's super flimsy. As you can see, I feel like if you bent it, it would just keep on holding that position. So you might just need to use a little bit of heat to put it back into place. As you can see, it's very flimsy. And it feels like if you toss it on the ground with a little bit too much force, it will break. But once again, just be careful with it. You're an adult, you know how to deal with that. She also comes with a stand, the usual Figma stand, but I think this one is a little bit different because Weiss comes with her glyph, which you're supposed to put it on a stand like this, which I think looks really nice, or you can put it in the air for different positions. And to allow that to happen, it comes with this 2 hands right here, which is to hold the glyph. It has this little clip right here at the top where you can put the glyph onto. I think it's like this. Yep, you can put the glyph on it like this, and you can put it any way you want to, because throughout the anime, Weiss uses the glyph to jump around, give her more speed, and so on and so forth. So you can do those poses without a problem. It comes with 2 glyphs. They look the same, so I just pulled one out of the box. This is how it looks like. One thing that I wanted to mention, it has a hole right here, so you can put the stand in case you don't want to do the glyph. I feel like one of the glyphs should have a little hole in the center, so you could put it over here without having to move around, because it doesn't latch into anywhere specifically. So I wish there was a little hole here, which you could measure against the hole in the middle, so you could slide the stand into and could hold it into place. I think that would have been a nice addition, but it's not that bad. Also, it comes with a stand to hold onto the figure. You just plug into the back of it right here, and this is the stand used to hold the figure, since it's a little bit more sturdy than the other ones. So for my final thoughts, as you guys can see, when using the stands and every accessory that the figure comes up with, this figure can be put in any position you want her to be in. I put her in a really action-based pose, so you guys can see that even though it has the articulation is a bit lacking into different aspects of it, the overall package allows Weiss to be in those action poses that we see her all the time on the YouTube series or on the anime, using the glyph to jump around and to use the rapier to attack people, to attack the monsters, and so on and so forth. Right here is the best way I could do it really quickly for you guys, just for an ending pose for the video. With that being said, if you're a fan of RWBY, this is the figure for you. If you already have RWBY, the previously released Figma, you need to get Weiss. I mean, it's a given, you have to do that. If you just enjoy figures in general, really, if you like aesthetic pleasing figures, if you like to collect like the waifu figures, this one is another one for your collection. If you're really a collector that likes playing around with the figures and stuff, I really never recommend Figma, because like it's really hard for them to give articulation while keeping the same type of style that they go for all the time. So if you really are the type of guy that likes articulation, posing it around, put it into random positions, crazy positions, you might want to skip this. But once again, if you're a Ruby fan, this is a must-have. If you're a Figma fan, this is also one of the best Figmas, also given the articulation and the accessories, and the accessories that he has. And like I said, if you have the RWBY, please get it. I really want a Blake and a Yang, and I feel like if a lot of people do buy this, they will see that there's a market for it, and then they will end up making the rest of the line. So with that being said, Kaiser signing out. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have an amazing weekend or an amazing week, depending on the time or the day that you're seeing this. Peace.